We're going to talk Arsenal with Kaveh Solikol right now. Heard lots about potential changes at the club in recent weeks, with Spotify founder Daniel Ek keen to buy the club. A number of former players were on board with his attempt to take control. One of them has been elaborating on the proposed buyout. Dennis Bergkamp is the man in question, who has also been inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame this week. Is he going to be part of a new regime at Arsenal at some point?
Very interesting quotes from Dennis Bergkamp. Obviously, we've heard from Thierry Henry before. This is the first time we've heard from Dennis Bergkamp. And the background to this is Daniel Ek, the Spotify co-founder. He says that early last week, he made a £1.8 billion offer for Arsenal, and he says that offer was turned down. Now, Dennis Bergkamp, speaking today to a Dutch football magazine called Football International, he says that the team who are trying to buy Arsenal are not giving up. He says, "We are not quitters," referring to himself, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, and of course Daniel Ek. And he says what they want to do is to buy Arsenal to restore the DNA of the club. Of course, he remembers the day when he was a player at the club. He was one of the Invincibles. He won 3 titles there. And he says that over the past few years, he has seen the winning mentality at Arsenal slowly disappearing. And according to Dennis Bergkamp, what Arsenal need to do at every level of the club is to refocus on football. He feels that at the moment, the club is being run as a business instead of a football club. So interesting to hear the thoughts of Dennis Bergkamp and what his vision is for the future of Arsenal. One thing that really stood out for me as well was that he said that Daniel Ek is not somebody who's going to buy Arsenal and treat it like a toy. According to Dennis Bergkamp, Daniel Ek is a real, true Arsenal supporter, and if he was to sign the club, he wouldn't just pour money into the club, he wouldn't just sack the manager. He has a long-term vision of how to get Arsenal back to where they were a couple of years ago under Arsene Wenger, challenging for the Champions League, challenging for the Premier League regularly.
But nothing on the face of it is going to happen in the short term.
Well, at the moment, Arsenal, of course, are saying the club is not for sale. The Kroenkes are saying they have no interest in selling the club whatsoever. But we've got the situation where Daniel Ek and his backers are also saying, well, that's fine, we respect your decision, but we are still interested in buying the club. So there is this alternate visions. You know, some of the Arsenal fans are very unhappy about the way the club is being run. Now there is an alternative for them. They can say, well, look, this bid is on the table. We could have Daniel Ek, we could have Bergkamp, Henry and Patrick Vieira involved in running the club. OK. Kaveh's challenge now is to make a bank loan sound interesting. The current regime at Arsenal have been using the Bank of England to help them get through the COVID financial problems that everyone's had. Some development today. Yes.
So that I understand, please.
OK, I'll try and make it interesting. What happens is every Thursday, the Bank of England on their website publish a spreadsheet that shows you who still owes money to them, who
got you so far.
Still owes money that they took out under something called the COVID Corporate Financing Facility. And in layman's term, that was basically loans provided by the Bank of England to help businesses through the pandemic. And a couple of football clubs, including Arsenal, took out these loans. And the reason these loans were effective was the interest rates were very, very low. I think they were about 0.5%. Now, Arsenal took out a loan of £120 million. I checked the Bank of England website this afternoon, and Arsenal's name has disappeared from the list of companies who still owe the Bank of England money. So obviously they have now repaid that £120 million. Another club who took advantage of that financing facility was Spurs. And according to the Bank of England website, Spurs still owe £175 million. But I think they've got quite a bit of time before they have to pay that back.
OK, Kaveh, thank you. I think you passed the test. Well done.